Isn't it frustrating when you have to serve a website that's poorly designed? Well, how could you define a great website? A prodigious website inspires the visitors to take action. Of course, when you deploy the elements that make a great website, your chances to harvest a positive outcome will multiply massively. Today, we'll share a generous list of things you can do to create a website that's not only beautifully designed, but also delivers a great customer experience and converts into business.
Welcome to our podcast, Coast to Coast. We are here on a mission to empower you with cutting-edge knowledge of business, marketing, and digital communications. We want to inspire you with tips to cultivate your skills and strategies to scale up your business. With proven methods that work, you have just landed on your transformative journey with Jacob Dermelkonian.
Hello everybody. Do you want a website which stands out, creates a great brand impact, and guarantees your visitors to act? In this episode, we'll share with you the most effective strategies you need to follow to create the website that you've been always looking for. Start by defining your website goals. You want a website that's visible, usable, credible, sellable, and scalable. Let's break down these components by asking the following questions. Visibility. How will your customers get to your website? Usability. Does your website provide visitors a positive experience? Is it easy to navigate? Credibility. Does your visitors trust your website? Will they be comfortable sharing their information if there were to be a leads generation component? Sellability. Does your website achieve outcomes that you're hoping for? Scalability. Can you accommodate ongoing expansion? All these 5 components are vital to look at when defining your goals. All these components will make or break your brand perception, user experience, and eventually the bottom line results. Once you have those figured out, document a plan that clearly defines your target audience and objectives. Then, break down your website's foundation by purchasing a unique domain name owned by your company and hosting it on a server or reliable hosting platform with remarkable uptime. Make sure to use content management system that enables you to publish easily and scale as you wish. Of course, you want to rid your website of clutter, period. A great website is strategically constructed to enable visitors to quickly satisfy their needs with intuitive navigation, practical construction, smart messaging hierarchies, on-site search, and calls to action. Keep it organized well, designed well, and uncrowded. A messy page will frustrate visitors and they will leave fast and never return, so be careful. Obviously, you also need to make sure your header and footer are well constructed. Look, your header and footer will be there for all the pages. For your header, make sure it's the most important section of the site. For example, a menu leading to other pages. While your footer should act like a portal. It should have all the contact details and social accounts. Now, website speed. Listen, we all hate a slow loading page. Make sure your website loads fast and completely, as in 2 to 3 seconds max. One of the reasons for a slow website is imagery. Avoid oversized images. Make sure your website responds to different screen sizes. Look, not everyone has the same computer or phone. Screen sizes vary, and you need to make sure your website responds to different sizes for the browsing experience to be practical and perceptive. But make sure you prioritize optimizing your website for mobile. People visit websites through phone a lot more than desktops. It's important to optimize your website for better access and easier navigation on mobile use. While all we have discussed so far is critical, make safety and security one of your most important elements to assess and consider. Yes, visitors avoid websites that are not secure. When your website is secure with an HTTPS, it ensures that communication between the visitor and your website is encrypted. For these websites, the address bar also has a lock icon in case people don't know the S logic. And when your website is not secure, it will simply say not secure, so visitors will definitely know. Focus on branding. Identify the elements that comprise your brand. This involves your logo, tagline, color palette, typography, imagery, and customer experience. Once you build your brand, make sure to keep it consistent throughout your website. When it comes to imagery, having human elements to your website will make sure the website is approachable and familiar. You can do this by adding people, like employees, customers, or even fans. It's important to create an emotional connection with your visitors. Use stock images, it's completely fine, but don't overdo it. Your website should be designed to expand. Make sure it has a page that hosts content like blogs, vlogs, videos, and podcasts. Content to engage your customers. People don't come back to websites that seem outdated and untouched. You want to constantly update your website with new content. Next is your SEO. Search engine optimization is one of the most important strategies you can use for your website. Index your website correctly. Use descriptive links and tag keywords on all pages. We cannot put more emphasis on this. Keyword tagging needs to be done properly for your website to appear on the top of the search engines. Don't miss calls to action. Calls to action are super important. Make sure you have clickable buttons that let your customers do something. For instance, if you have downloadable resources, add a CTA that lets visitors download them. A button that simply says, download. Google Analytics is a must too, an extremely valuable necessity that you must have. It's a free web analytics server that allows you to see insights into how users find and use your website. Push notifications are great to have as well. It immediately delivers new marketing messages that are designed to keep people coming back to the site. It drives repeat purchases and allows customers to give feedback and continuously engage. And finally, chatbots. Another AI. Chatbots are a great tool to have. They answer questions, guide visitors to pages, provide recommendations, support, and even capture leads. It also increases your overall customer experience rating with the ability to provide 24/7 customer support, which is very convenient for website visitors. Now that you know the most important strategies required to create an awesome website, use them, incorporate them into your website design, and let excellence be your brand.
Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this episode from Coast to Coast Podcast. For more resources and access to episodes which will help you find real marketing success, visit www.jacobinternationalgroup.com. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and stay connected on all our social media accounts.